So I'm going to teach you guys 5 steps on how to up your mobile photo game. You ready? Let's go.
I drive too fast, move too fast, live too fast. Ain't no such thing as too fast for me.
I started photography with a Note 5 and I mastered the crap out of it. I literally shot with it every single day. I figured out what the manual mode was, what the ISO was. I just studied the ins and outs of my phone, trying to master every single aspect of it. And I believe for you to be more professional in your mobile photography, you have to master this, your phone. Well, not iPhone. I have an iPhone now because my Note 5 broke. Speaking of iPhone 6, I actually shot this on an iPhone 6. That was just a 60 frames footage I took, slowed it down, color graded it, put the black bars, boom. But today we're talking about photography, so I'm going to show you how to do that. You want to download Lightroom CC on the App Store. It's both available for iPhone and Android users, so anybody can get it. So step 1, set up your shot. Find a location. It can be of a wall, it can be of a tree, it can be in nature, it can be in your bedroom. Just don't do selfies. Just don't do the selfie thing. Click on the app. Click the camera on the bottom right hand corner of the screen. And on the bottom left, you want to change that into Pro. Once you clicked Pro, go to the top right hand corner and look, and you see this thing right there? Click on it. That right there is the rule of thirds. Now, what is the rule of thirds? Let me explain it. So the rule of thirds is both used in film and photography. By lining up your subject on any of the intersecting points, your image becomes more interesting, more immersive, and less plain. Instead of having your image dead center, like kind of like how I am right now, I'm not saying you should follow these rules, but you should definitely learn it before you break them. So make sure you're taking shots of your subject in interesting ways. Have different angles, maybe above, maybe below, maybe from side to side. You don't always have to stand right in front of your subject. Step 2, color correction. Now in this area, this is where you can add shadows, add darks, add highlights, remove highlights, stuff like that. So you can fine tune some sections in this piece right here. This is basically you getting the base of what your photo is going to look like. Sometimes I actually do this step last, and that's interesting because I don't know if anybody does it last. I mean, that's just on special occasions. Step number 3 is color grading. Now this is where the fun happens. This is my favorite part of the photography process. This is where I add my flavor. This is where I put the cumin, the paprika, and the biryani. Is there paprika in biryani?
Curry.
This is where I put the curry and the biryani. In this section of Lightroom, this is where you can add your colors, add a mood, add an emotion. If it's supposed to be sad, maybe a bluish tone. If it's supposed to be happy, maybe more poppy colors, like bring out the reds, bring out the blues, make it saturated, not too saturated, because some people go OD on that. If you want them to look at a picture and feel sad, make sure the subject matter is sad. If you want the emotion to be happy, make sure your subject is ecstatic. Step number 4 is to crop your images. Now, this step, you don't really have to crop your images. If you want to, you could. For example, if there's like a whole bunch of 6-year-old kids that are having a mud fight on the left side of your image, you can just crop that in a little bit. That's a way. That's a way to remove things off your image, but it's not the best way. I know I used to do it until I learned what Photoshop was. Make sure the rules of thirds is still implemented in your picture because sometimes cropping can mess that up. Step number 5, upload your photo. I know some people that won't post the photo because they don't have a caption in mind. They will literally wait a week or 2 before they post that picture. So think of a caption, put your hashtags in, and publish that bad boy. And boom, there you have it. Now you are a professional mobile photographer. Now you can put on your caption, I'm the mobile photography king, and yeah, you don't want to do that. Don't do that. Unless if you want to lose followers, that is. So now what you have to do is to get up and go shoot something. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial, and by the way, send me some pictures that you guys took after watching this video. You can tag me on my Instagram page at @lahamada_, or you can add me on my Twitter at @lahamada. And if this video was helpful, drop a comment below, like, subscribe, and share. Until next time.